and we are over here on the 119 area, on the 280 area. And we're definitely having a lot of fun today, man. It's a good crowd, and we got a couple guests in the house, man. You know, we got our hometown heroes coming up. So you do have the one and only Antonio Langham, and you have the one and only Reggie Ragland. FunnyMaine will be in. And we got a special guest for y'all, man. One of my heroes. One of the guys. Oh yeah, he a hero to all of us, man. And we blessed to have him here, man. He gonna mentor. He been mentoring us for a long time, man. The one and only Rickey Smiley. He talking right now. We're gonna get him on a little bit later, man. But it's a blessing. It's a pleasure. It's also been a big goal to get him on one day, man. And so we've been talking about this for the longest. He popped up on us today, man. And so FunnyMaine kind of surprised us with this, man. So I appreciate everybody, man, for tuning in and having fun with us, man, and seeing our vision through, man. Reg, what's been going on with you, man?
Man, not too much of nothing, bro. Just working out, rehabbing, and keep my head above water while drinking water.
You drinking the water or the tea?
I'm doing both. Both of them go run through me.
Not the tea, is it? The tea don't...
I don't know what Lisa put in that tea. Like, once again, but she doing what she do with that tea, man.
It's natural.
If you want to lose weight, drink tea from Lisa.
It is natural.
Good natural. But let's recap from yesterday. We had a nice heated discussion.
Oh yeah, we can recap from yesterday.
Yeah, we can, but we all know.
I definitely want to get the opinion from Rickey because you know Blake is his guy.
Definitely his guy.
And I do want to hear FunnyMaine version too because that's FunnyMaine guy too. Mm-hmm. And you know me, man, I'm gonna be real with you, and I'm gonna always tell you from what I know. I ain't being biased. That's being real. Like I said, I didn't play at Bama when Blake was the quarterback, but if Blake would have listened, Blake could have played all 4 years, or at least 2 to 3, as a starting quarterback at Bama. If he would have listened and he would have buckled down and worked like he did his last year. And I think, hands down, he probably would have been the best quarterback to come out of Bama ever. But since that didn't happen.
I give you that. But we all know the old saying, and Schmitty get ready to block me out. A hard head make a soft ass. You feel me? So it took him some time to realize that, figure it out. And, you know, everybody's timing is different.
Yeah.
But, man, he still got his flowers, and Blake gonna always get his flowers from me, man. Especially because, like, we both endured a lot at Bama together, man. And we both still came out on top, man. But, you know, it's all about working hard and putting the effort and being committed and staying consistent. Because, like, that's one thing I've always learned from Coach Saban, man. You got to be consistent about what you do in life. If you're not consistent, who gonna want to hire somebody or employ somebody if they're not on time, if they're not knowing what to do, not being consistent. You got to be a good teammate. Like it's more qualities to it than just being a good football player. You know, so but man, Blake is all the above. And like I told you yesterday, if we going off accolades, I'm taking AJ. But I saw what Blake did, man, to bust his tail and work hard. Because I came in when AJ was already established. Man, because like I have a soft spot for people who work hard and bust their tail and then get what they want. Not saying AJ did it, but man, I just know what Blake went through, man, at his time at Bama, just like you know. And I'm happy for him.
See, but it takes me back to asking you, did not AJ work hard for what he had too?
I'm not saying it because it takes hard work to win all those college awards and putting in the work and know what you got to do, putting your guys in position. I never said AJ didn't work hard. I said Jacob Coker just had a rougher time, mentally wise.
I think I get what you're saying with that, but I definitely think when it comes to Jake, I feel like Jake caused a lot of his problems.
He could have. Just like we all has caused problems.
Exactly. But I feel like
that still messes with you mentally when you're not doing what you're supposed to do. So it makes it a little more rougher on you when you're not putting in the work of being consistent and not knowing what you're doing.
But the hardest thing is when you're doing what you're supposed to do, and you know that you're supposed to be playing. What's up, Funny? When you know you're supposed to be playing and you're doing what you're supposed to do and not letting nobody beat you out and somebody else still get the job and you got to wait your turn because the seniority.
But his seniority was he won a national championship. He was undefeated. He knows what's going on.
But before he won the national championship,
it doesn't matter.
They was on the field together.
But Coach Saban saw something that we didn't see.
Yeah, he was older.
No, not necessarily. Because if that was the case, Tua would have started from the beginning.
No.
Yes.
No, because you how can you take that from Jalen and he done worked his tail and
so Greg didn't work his tail off?
No. Let me finish now. Let me finish.
You're doing the same thing to me.
I ain't saying that Tua didn't work his tail off. I'm saying Jalen done worked his tail off and led this team to a championship or undefeated, whatever, as a freshman. How can you bring in another freshman and start him over Jalen at this point?
So how can you start AJ over Greg after Greg won the national championship and won the
But this is what I'm saying.
So how can you do
But
that?
this is what I'm saying. AJ came in and Greg never played it down.
Okay.
And so with Greg never playing it down, don't it supposed to be a clean slate?
Right. So clearly Greg beat out AJ.
No, he did not. I'm telling you.
How he did not? He started over him. Coach Saban.
He started over him because he was older and it was his turn.
I don't believe. I get what you're saying.
I'm sitting there telling, man, listen.
Look here. How can you? Yeah, they both of them had a clean slate. Yeah, it might have been his turn, but if AJ just would have took over and came in, Greg wouldn't have played.
Say it again now.
I said if AJ just would have came in and just took over from day one, Greg wouldn't have played. Because you know how Coach Saban is. Coach Saban has started but over certain guys.
At that time, that wasn't happening.
It could have happened.
At that time, especially for a quarterback, it was never happening.
So how can we sit here and say AJ should have started?
I mean, that's just like even with the running back situation. Upchurch got to play more than I did that first game. Him and Mark and Terry Grant. Even Terry Grant started off the game. Mark didn't start off the game because Terry was older than Mark, and he had the experience. You get what I'm saying?
I'm going to give you an example right here.
Huh?
I'm going to give you an example right here. Maurice Smith is my guy. Played DB. It was Maurice's turn to play. Maurice started through camp when he first came in the summer, and a week before we about to play in the game, Coach Saban said, "No, Minka Fitzpatrick's going to start over Maurice Smith."
Say that again now.
You heard exactly. That was the same situation for Greg and AJ. Minka Fitzpatrick came in as a freshman.
Mm-hmm.
Maurice Smith was older. It was Maurice's turn. Maurice started all through summer, spring, camp, and then a week before he was about to play, Coach moved Maurice out the way and put Minka in to start.
So when it comes to that, right?
That's the same thing.
No, it's different,
to play
bro.
Star in Coach Saban's defense.
Different.
To play star.
It's different.
To play star.
How many times you gonna play star at the game?
Now the game, you put the star in the whole time.
No, how many times you're gonna play star out the game?
Probably 80%.
Not every snap though.
80%.
Not every snap.
80% of the time.
Not every snap to manage the game.
And 80% of the time in college, you're going to play nickel. They're not playing 12, 13, 14 personnel no more.
Not at that time. They were still.
No.
Oh my
You're
God.
going to tell me I was playing.
So you're gonna tell me that?
You're going to
tell me that AJ shouldn't have started over Greg? And I was playing.
So you telling me AJ should have started over Greg?
Yes.
Freshman.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
He won that job.
Okay. But clearly he did it. Greg won the job and won that championship that year.
Man, we're going to go back and forth about this.
See, tell him, Smith, he can't handle it.
We're going to go back and forth about this.
We is.
But this is my thing. If you're sitting there telling me that Greg came in and had an undefeated season with the type of caliber guys that he had around him.
Okay.
And you don't think A.J. McCarron couldn't have done that?
I never said he couldn't have done it, but I'm telling you, based off what Greg did the year before,
he didn't do nothing the year before. John Parker was the quarterback. That's what I'm telling you.
No, I'm talking about because we talked about when A.J. went into his second year. Why didn't AJ
I'm talking about from his freshman year.
But I'm talking about when we talked about him going into his second year. Why didn't A.J. start over Greg his second year? We said that yesterday, right?
Why he didn't start? Because you can't do that now.
I said that yesterday, and you disagree with me up and down.
No, I agree with you. I said now you can't do that. I said that's just like with me and Mark. How can you start me over Mark and he just won a Heisman International Championship?
You're right. I give you that part. I give you that. But what I was saying was, but like we argued about. Okay, so what I was saying was, the first year, if Coach would have saw something in A.J. for him to start over Greg, he would have did that. But clearly, Greg wanted some kind of way. I get what you're saying. You was on the field, but you playing your position. But clearly, it was something that you didn't see that Coach saw. So Coach saw. I said, "I'm gonna go with Greg."
Yeah, he was wiser, and Coach wasn't gonna put the ball in no freshman hand or no quarterback at that time. At that time, he wasn't.
That's my point. Hey, cue the music.
And listen, man, we gotta take a break, man. Listen, we're gonna be back for the second hour for the hometown heroes, man. And you know, we got our special guest here, man. We got Rickey Smiley in the building. We down here at Walk-Ons, y'all, man, every Tuesday, man. Y'all come down, y'all invited out, man. Y'all come have a good time with us, man. So listen, we'll be right back with the hometown heroes.
Walk-On Sports Bistro puts everything they've got into bringing you game day with a taste of Louisiana. Dig into their mouth-watering, made-from-scratch Louisiana dishes or fan favorites like juicy burgers and fresh salads, all in front of 70-plus TVs with more than 40 beers on tap. Watching at home? Walk-Ons is available to go. Order online or through the Walk-Ons mobile app. Visit Walk-Ons in Tuscaloosa, Hoover, Montgomery, and Mobile. Walk-On Sports Bistro, more than a restaurant.
Yeah, so tell me your question that you had yesterday that we was going back and forth on.
Okay, can you hear me? Yeah. Okay, cool. All right, so who had a tougher time, Jake Coker or A.J. McCarron?
Tougher time in what?
Like, as far as college career.
Who had the tougher time?
Yes.
So this is his. So he'll tell you why he thought Jake had a tougher time at college.
Which I'm about to tell you.
Go ahead and tell him.
All right. The reason I say Jake had a tougher time is because you started at one program and you get beat out. Then you transfer to another school and everybody's telling you finna play over this person. But no, you get beat out again. And at this point, as a college student being 21, 22, your mental ain't there. It's messing with you. Then your last year in college, the first like 3 or 4 games, you're splitting reps the whole time until finally coach says, okay, here go the keys. But a lot of people don't know, we had to tell coach, man, let's go ahead and make Jake the starter because that's who we wanted. But versus AJ, who sat behind Greg McElroy first year, learned the system. He was a freshman. We get that.
Right.
But second year though, Greg won the national championship before and undefeated. He's saying AJ should have started over Greg his second year.
No.
He did say that. He did say that yesterday. He said that. Smitty, we can run it back. But I get what he was saying. Like at first, before when AJ came in, he had a clean slate, and then when Greg started, he had a clean slate. But he said AJ beat him out in camp. But clearly, it was some Coach Saban saw that said Greg needs to play over AJ.
This is what I see.
He's biased.
I'm not being biased. Because if you think about it, Greg was my quarterback in school. For most of the time I was there. Okay. I just came in with AJ. So this is my thing. I feel like AJ had it was because he's saying that Greg went undefeated. But before Greg went undefeated, they both really stepped in the quarterback scene at the same time. And AJ beat him out all through camp. Because you got to think about it. Star Jackson was there. He beat Star Jackson out. Somebody, I can't even remember who else was there.
Phillip Sims.
No, Phillip wasn't there yet.
He wasn't?
Phillip ain't get up to the next year. But Star,
No big name cat.
yeah, it wasn't no big name. Star was supposed to be the big name. That was supposed to be the guy.
They were trying to get JP little brother.
Yeah, they were trying to get JP little brother. Yeah, and so my thing was, if you go to camp, you get somebody out, you should play. But at the time, Nick wasn't having no starting quarterback as a freshman. Not at that time. And so you got somebody that's been there 2 years, that's learned behind John Parker Woodson, and he let him, as it went on, he let him play because that was the seniority in the picture. Now, which I think AJ had a harder time because if I beat this guy out, I'm doing everything I was supposed to do. I beat this guy out. I know the whole playbook now. I know it from top to bottom. Why am I not playing? That's harder to sit behind somebody and be like, I lost my job. He didn't lose no job. So,
Here's what I'm going to say Jake had it harder, but not because of his situation. Because of his athletic ability. He's a big dude. He can run you over. Had a nice arm, but I think there was a reason Florida State didn't want him, and I think there's a reason he lost out that first year. I just think he's just not a sharp quarterback. That's why his skills didn't translate to the next level. That's nature. That's just like, if I'm blessed enough with my athletic ability to get the starting job after whatever happens and we win the championship, good on me. But that's as far as I can go. I think that he had it tougher, but he was also in a more blessed situation. You know what I'm saying? I think AJ literally won some games. I can't think.
That's what I'm saying. AJ won games.
I think AJ
when he got in and started.
Is what I'm saying. So I think it's when you're an actual talented quarterback, as we saw what AJ McCarron did just last week. He's actually talented. Jake has talents, but I don't think he was ever a talented quarterback, if you feel what I'm saying. And so that makes it harder.
And just like I told him, Jake just didn't take over like he was supposed to. Because
whose
fault is that then?
I don't think he couldn't.
And I feel like that makes it harder for him because he put that upon himself, though. Like it's some type of way it gotta snap to where I'm gonna be a dog. It's gonna be my team.
But that still messes with you as a person. Like I'ma understand why I'm not playing behind Greg McElroy. He's like you said, the senior. I'ma understand that. That's not gonna mess with me. That's gonna give me the opportunity to keep getting better and hone in my skills.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? But with Jake, I got beat out here. Dang, am I good enough? That hurts my mental. So let me leave and go somewhere else. And everybody's telling me I'm gonna go here and play. Then I still get beat out. Damn, am I good? Can I play? Then my last year, I'm fighting with Cooper Bateman, and we taking reps from the beginning. And I'm like, man, why come coaches won't give it to him? I'm playing better than him. But clearly, some coach don't see that's gonna mess with you mentally.
But no, I'm agreeing with you. I think Jake had it harder for a lot of different reasons. Now, you were in practice with Coker.
Yeah.
What were you seeing in practice that said this the guy we want to lead us?
To be honest, I ain't gonna lie to you. Blake just took over. Like it finally clicked for Blake, and Blake took over and became that man. It took Coker to be like, okay, coach is steady giving my reps away to guys. So that's gonna mess with you more than, okay, cool. I see why I'm behind. He's gonna keep saying the same thing. Whose fault is that?
No, it goes back to my next question.
I'd say it's nature.
Yeah, my next question is, you was at practice with both of them, right?
Mm-hmm.
So who was the better quarterback?
Okay, if we talking about athletic ability, I'm going with Blake. But
listen, can I explain my quarterbacks? Can I explain? I'm explaining my quarterbacks, and then I'm gonna give you the answer that you wanted. You see how he do me? Like, okay, cool. Blake is more athletic than Coker, but Coker was smarter than Blake. But Blake made more plays out there on the field. So when you seeing you make throws with your arm and then making plays with your feet, okay, coach going, okay, cool. We're gonna ride with him because he's gonna make the game more exciting, and guys are gonna get up for Blake. And plus, guys knew Blake longer, so of course everybody's gonna advocate for Blake. I was an advocate for Blake when he first got in. No, so don't get me wrong. Jake was good, but Jake just wasn't making the plays. Blake was making. Anytime, at the end of the day, you got a guy who's just coming in and he's not making plays. Excuse my language. That shit was fun to watch.
But me and you are saying the same thing.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, up until Blake, Saban had never seen Blake.
Yeah.
So everybody was kind of in the mode of Jake. You know what I'm saying? When you go from JPW to Greg to AJ, and it works. Who's closer to that mold of those three? It's Jake. But like you said, Blake doing his thing.
Man, Jake came in, man.
And now, ever since we saw what Blake can do for work, he ain't went back to a Jake. Everything got to look like Blake, whether it be Bryce, whether it be Jalen.
Even Mac Jones was athletic. He made plays too, though. He was dropping some dimes now.
Dime dropper. So he had the right number, Mac 10.
And that's my thing, bro. Like, out of all them quarterbacks, though, that's been at Bama since Nick era, AJ is the most complete quarterback when it comes to knowledge of the game, being smart.
I don't know.
That's a bold statement.
That's a bold statement, because they say Bryce is...
Bryce ain't won no championship. You can't put him in that. You can't put him in that category.
But he don't want. He has something. I get that. But he also has something AJ doesn't have.
And AJ got 3 of them things that he.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. Hey, back your big shoulder ass up now. I don't like how he got too much dip on his chip.
So let's rank them. Because you made a bold statement.
He did.
And I'm just doing college career, not pro.
I can't wait to talk about receivers.
Mac, Tua, Jalen, Bryce, AJ, and you're saying AJ is the most complete of that bunch. That's heavy.
And what people don't realize,
it is.
People act like AJ was slow. AJ wasn't slow. AJ wasn't taking no hits either. You gonna just take the rest of my team. Man,
look here, I poured that out of there. It's a whole nother one right here, my boy.
So okay. I get it. And I listen, I love AJ.
Nobody's mad at you, man. We're just having a conversation.
I love AJ too. I love AJ. That's my guy. If you're listening, all love. But what about AJ? If he's the most complete quarterback, what about his game didn't translate to the next level?
He's been hurt.
I mean, because he even went into the Bills and they was about to ready to start him. And he tore his ACL or he hurt his shoulder or something like that. Even when he was in ATL, when Matt Ryan went down, AJ was getting the starting job. He just been hurt. Anyway, he done stepped on to, AJ has been a man.
Who's your top 5? Let's go.
In Nick Saban area,
Top 3.
I'm gonna have to go AJ. I'm gonna go AJ. It's hard to choose between Tua and Blake. And the only reason I would put Tua before Blake, because Blake didn't win a national championship as a starting quarterback. And I think that's only fair.
And Coker did.
Yeah, he did. But I would put Tua before I would put Coker.
That's understandable.
You're saying Tua didn't win one every start.
I mean, he ended up starting in the game and won it. So I had to give him that.
I mean, they all got rings.
Yeah.
Directly.
But I'm talking about being in that game. Who won it? I'm going to go with Tua. Number 2. 3, I had to go with Blake. Then I go with Jalen. Then I go with Coco.
You forget Malcolm.
No. Damn. But you got a Mac Jones. Dang. That's tough because you got a Mac Jones too.
See, he not thinking. I'm over here thinking. That's why I made him go first.
Yeah, you got a Mac Jones
That's why
too.
that's why I got you going first.
But I can't put Brody in that same category as them. For real, y'all don't realize how sharp JP was. John Parker was sharp.
Oh no, John Parker had that swag to him. Now we knew. We know.
It's hard to. But I can't put nobody over AJ. AJ got the most championships out of all of them.
All right, we ain't okay. So forget the championships is a team sport in this game. Because
who led that team?
The defense. The defense. We do defense.
I'm gonna say this.
I'm a defensive guy.
When AJ was playing at a time where the rest of the world and the conference had not caught up with Alabama, do you agree with that? Yes or no?
Yes.
Because right now, you know, you got a Georgia. Sometimes you have a Clemson. You got some different people. LSU 4 times that have caught up with Alabama. But during that time, bro, there was no equal.
Have the world caught up with Alabama?
Several teams, maybe they don't do it consistently like we do, but some of them talent-wise, they can play with Alabama. We know Georgia can do it. We know Clemson did it for a few years. We know LSU did it for a few years.
Clemson didn't do it when AJ was
Yeah. But I'm going to give them their credit.
But they have 2 in a row.
But we did that. We did it to them. Like, I can't put Georgia. Listen, I love what Georgia's doing.
I get it. He just started. But I don't care who it is. 2 in a row is hard to do.
But we did that.
It still was hard to do.
Yeah, it's hard to do. So yeah, you put Bama in the, but it's an if though. You can't.
I hear the music, so let me just say this. I don't think Georgia is the new Bama.
No.
I think they're the old Clemson.
I'm with you on that. I agree. And I'm gonna finish the question when we get back. We gotta take a break, man. We got our home heroes here. We down here at Walk-Ons, man. Y'all come through, man. Y'all come get some of this good food. Project. Welcome back with the Ropes with TR3. So we just had a conversation, y'all, over the commercial break, and we got everybody dealing in on this conversation. So we got Rickey Smiley in the building right now. We got Antonio Langham. We got Jared Washington, Coach Jared. We got me. We got Reggie Ragland, FunnyMaine. So this is a question for everybody. Who is your top? What was it? How did you word it?
Yeah, we were saying out of the Saban era, who was the overall receiver of that era? And I'm saying it's Amari Cooper. Because I've broke his play down on film multiple times, and the dude is out of this world. Not saying, if I take the time to do it with other players, what I'm saying, they might stack up, but Amari Cooper to me, bro, he's amazing.
Yeah. Okay, so can you hear me? Yeah. So, big playability, I'll probably say Jalen Waddle probably had the best big play because he did it on special teams and on offense. As far as that aspect, because that Auburn game, he kept us in it. That year, he kept us in it. So, but my top 5, man, I'm biased because I came in with Amari Cooper, and I saw that boy work from day one. That boy used to get up at 2 o'clock in the morning, go over to the facility and just run on the treadmill. Like the man animal, man, look at him. I'm gonna go with 3. I ain't got 5 for you, cause my 3, man. Hey, so Trent over here, yeah, he man. He over here just messing with everybody. But me, man, I'm gonna say my top 3. And we gonna say overall, we can talk about accolades too. Okay. We doing accolades. At number 1, it gotta be Devontae. He won the Heisman. He won every award that year, even everything. Then I'm going with Coop.
All right.
And then if we talk about accolades, much as I love Julio, but Julio didn't win no major award, did he? I don't think so.
All right.
If we talk about accolades, if we talk about accolades, okay, now I'm gonna make my decision just based off accolades.
We weren't a pass happy team. He didn't play on the same offense.
Accolades. So what did? If we going to accolades, I'm going Devontae. I'm going with Coop. Then I'm going with Judy. If we going off accolades, but if we just talking about pure, my top 3 not gonna be in no particular order because it's either gonna be Coop, Devontae, or Julio, and them 3 is interchangeable. If we just talk about pure football, pure everything, but we just talk about accolades.
But what if you got fourth and 8? Who you going to out of those 3?
4th and 8.
I'm still going Coop. I'm going Coop.
I gotta go with Coop or Devontae.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta, man, we get some superstar power, on the show. It's an amazing time. Everybody, big brother, uncle in here, man. I get to rock it out with him every Monday at the Stardome during karaoke. And for him to have the #1 radio show in the country and he's spending time with us, man, we are blessed. Birmingham's own. Mega superstar across the world, not just the country, across the world. Rickey Smiley now.
Rickey Smiley, man.
Forget all that. So forget all. All right, all right.
You said you were taking Judy.
Man, I'm just a big personal fan of Jerry Judy, cause he played with swag, and I don't know, man. I just. Shout out to Fort Lauderdale for sending us some good receivers. Because, Coop come from Calvin Ridley, home state of Florida, right?
But Jerry learned from Calvin because they grew up together.
Right.
Damn. Yeah, my top 4. It's too many. It's too many, man.
So who's saying 4th and 8? 4th and 8, I'm taking Julio Jones. Because he don't care, he gonna take that hit. He a big receiver. He can go up and get it. And now Coop was good,
and he showed it in the Super Bowl.
Can Coop go up and get the ball on a catch? Like,
Georgia, Georgia SEC championship game his freshman year. He went and did that. He went up and got that to put us in position.
So did he did.
Yep.
Is he going up across the middle though? Yeah. So y'all got Cooper over Julio Jones?
I'm biased.
Who you got, Trent?
In this situation,
I'm going with Jones. I can't.
In this situation, I'm like Trent. I'm biased. I'm going with Coop because I came in with Coop.
It ain't even. You really can't answer. You play. But listen, but for me, like you talking about.
What y'all should have did was y'all shouldn't be able to pick a receiver that was on y'all team. Y'all should have been able to pick somebody other than somebody that y'all played with, because y'all biased.
Okay, you right.
But I look at it like this, when you talking about a all-around receiver, somebody's gonna make sure that they're gonna be a distraction every play. They're gonna block like a damn tight end. That's gonna send you to the damn woods. That's going to take that hit over the middle and going to go over top. That was fast. 4-3-1 with a broken foot. I'm going to go with Jones.
All right, but also, though, Devontae showed he can go across the middle.
Yeah.
Coop that showed he can go across the middle. Jalen Waddle that showed he can. I done seen.
Can I ask y'all something? Can I ask y'all something?
What's up?
Does the Heisman Trophy count in this conversation? Because if it does,
the baddest mug on there is Devontae.
If we going by accolades.
Yeah, that's why I said we're going by accolades. And that's, I said that's the only thing that hurt Julio. Did Julio win the Biletnikoff?
Let me ask y'all this.
Yeah, but I say that'll be the only thing that hurts him in this conversation.
Outside of
everybody else we didn't name,
right,
won the Biletnikoff.
Outside of Devontae Smith.
That's the only reason I say that.
Second down and 13 in the national championship against Georgia. Outside of Smitty, who the second person you pick for that play with Tua throwing?
Coop. I'm going Coop.
Calvin Ridley.
Is that not a good question?
Calvin Ridley.
Is that not a good question?
Is that
not a good
Calvin
question?
or Coop? Coop did that against Auburn too.
Yes.
Georgia his freshman year.
Right.
And then also, Jared, everybody showed that, man. That's tough.
That was a good question, wasn't it? About the running back. To me personally, we can talk about linebackers right now. We can do that too. Yeah, we can talk about all that.
Everybody knows who you gonna pick. Just like you said a while ago.
Yeah.
If we talking about accolades, we gonna say but
if we talking about accolades, we talking about Derrick Henry. We talking about accolades. I'm going with Derrick. But like, I know it is. But the one thing I love about Derrick, this what won him the Heisman is at Auburn. I think they gave that man like 20 straight carries in the fourth quarter.
Ooh, he pounded that ass. He did.
20 straight carries. and like even with Mark had the feet. He gonna two-piece shit in the hole. Derrick ain't doing that. You gonna get tired of hitting Derrick. Mark used to run mugs over too now.
I go to college against so 10 minutes. Out of your running back, right? Out of the running back. You gotta stall one,
Hey, let's talk about the strongest running back of all time. Let's talk about the strongest running back of all time.
Silverback.
Somebody wrestling in the front yard on YouTube and can't nobody even get him to the ground. Let's talk about that. Yeah. What? Trying to wrestle him down. What?
Y'all still on the wide receiver thing?
No, we arguing.
Appreciate Unc for coming on, man.
So
he got to get back over there and.
But I did something interesting. We were talking about the wide receivers. We got a cornerback, a former All-Pro cornerback on the staff. So I asked him who would be the hardest to cover, and he gave me some great insight.
Oh, the great Antonio Langham.
Yeah, I asked Antonio Langham, who out of the Saban era receivers would have been the hardest for him to guard.
I said really because of the fact really can get in the stance and shrink his body, so it's going to be hard for me to get my hands on him. Julio too tall, he can't get down and protect his chest, so if I get my hands on him, he's strong. I'm gonna have to fight with him. Really, it's too quick. So when he gets down here, it's hard for me to get my hands on him. Now, Coop, on the problem with him, you can get your hands on him, but if you miss him, he gone.
What about Judy?
Judy too light.
Oh yeah, you gonna put them clippers on him.
Judy too light.
But you got to put your hands on him though.
Judy too light and Smitty too light.
Hey, hold on now. Hey, Amari Cooper on my line right now.
Oh, hey,
Coop.
I had your number one, Coop. Coop, your boy I've been defending you. So next time you in Miami with the steak guy.
We talking about the best receivers to come through. You know, you my number one dog. You know.
I'm just telling y'all, man.
What's up, my guys?
If I can find these videos and if y'all really watch what Amari Cooper can do in under 4 seconds, man, it's unreal.
Coop said, "Get your hands on who?" Coop said, "Get your hands on who?" Coop. What did he say, Coop? Get his hands on who? But hey, you know that's Antonio Langham. That's a bad boy. Both of y'all bad.
Shalom.
Hold on now. Coop said what? He said what?
Hey, Coop, these ain't them short arm DBs he playing again. These long arm DBs right here, man. You know what I'm saying?
What I wouldn't give to see 2012 Coop versus 92 Langham. You talking about a battle?
Hey, I'm gonna tell y'all something about Coop. Coop funny, see, like Coop don't talk, which he don't just say this thing like he know he talk to you. But it's so funny to me when he out there on the field, he break you off, then he give you like he'll laugh at you a little bit and take off. Boy, let him.
Well, let's ask Coop if he's still on the line.
Let's see.
Ask him if he could rank his top 3 Saban era receivers. Outside of himself, I know he's gonna put himself at first.
Okay,
who would he say?
So who would you rank your top 3 wide receivers minus yourself?
Matter of fact, let me. While we got different positions here and y'all played at different times, Langham, who outside of yourself, who would be your top 3 Bama DBs of all time, excluding yourself? I give you a little time to think. I know I put you on the spot. Trent, you be thinking your top 3 Bama running backs. And then you played at the position with Derek Thomas, so we ain't gonna even.
No, I can still get right. You talking about the all-time?
We'll make it even. We'll go Saban era.
We talking about all-time Saban era?
We'll go Saban era.
We going Saban era.
Yeah.
I'm going number 1, C.J. Mosley.
C.J. Mosley.
Number 2, I'm gonna tell you why. C.J. was just
his list.
Besides Rolando McClain, C.J. the smartest player to come through.
If y'all can see Trent's face right now.
Listen to what I'm saying. This is my. Hey, don't get mad at my top 5.
My list.
Don't get mad at my top 5. I'm going. Man, look here. Look here.
All right, you get one more.
How you get mad at my list?
You get one more.
See, look, I'm so sick of him. He always getting mad. He getting mad at when it. Okay, hold on before I answer that.
All right.
Coop said going strictly on college.
All right.
Ridley, Julio, Waddle.
All right. Big screenshot that. Yeah. Hey, it's
his list. He could have put Devontae, but he didn't.
And you see why I'm asking, because y'all
everybody see
played
it
those
different.
positions.
Everybody see it different.
So I know all of y'all were elite at that position.
Appreciate
so
that,
I know you're gonna be able to recognize another elite talent.
All right, but okay. CJ, Ruben. Actually, no. Let me stop.
Yeah.
I messed that up. I got to go with the reason why I really went to Alabama.
Dude, I tried to save you because I know
I messed it up. Rolando.
All right.
Ruben. Then I'm going to say CJ.
Dante nowhere on that list.
All 3 buckets winners.
All right.
All 3 bucket winners.
You got your 3 yet?
I love Dante. I love Dante.
Right, hold on.
I went off who won the buckets.
Yeah. Langham got his list.
But
top
Coop,
3 cornerback.
Coop said I'm going off stats. I'm not going off skill sets.
Okay. All right.
But if that's the case, Devontae had the most
top
stats.
3 DBs.
Yeah, top 3 Bama DBs of all time.
I'm gonna go Jeremiah Castile. I'm gonna go.
More people were afraid of him.
I'm gonna go Mark
CJ.
Barron.
But CJ was the brains of the operation.
And my last one gonna be
the
Mickey.
brains of it. Like I get that, but
I was wondering if Minka was gonna be in there.
Man, look at folks were scared of Ruben out there, man.
I noticed Trayvon Diggs ain't no there.
Cool. That's what I'm talking about.
Marlon Humphrey not on there.
Marlon was pretty good. Marlon would be in my top 5. But then you got Deshae and Fernando. Deshae and Fernando that would be in there before Marlon would.
TP ain't on the list?
They're my roommate, man. But
I'm just being messy now.
I know you said skill. We know you said skill.
All right, so great list either way. Trent, on you. Your top 3 running backs. You can go save an error all the time. I know y'all. I forget y'all younger enough, but you know.
All time. If we go all time, I would have to put it. That's tough, man. Cause you got guys like Tony Nathans. You got guys like Bobby Humphrey. You got guys like Sean Alexander. You got Deuce. I mean, could you?
You can put Deuce at 4 position.
Just give us your top 3. You doing the most right now.
Give me the top 3, man. Let me know when the music starts.
Yeah, I can hear the music. Smith, cut me up if you need. I can't hear Nathan. Hold on.
So right now we just waiting on Trent Richardson to give us his top 3 Bama running backs of all time. Plus, Trent don't want to get jumped on at the next running back convention. So. No, that ain't going no break.
Let's say Nick Saban there.
We're going to save it there. We're going to save it there.
All time. Can I put myself in it?
No, you cannot. No, it's really not, because we had some great running backs.
Well, if that's the case,
save it.
If we get a linebacker, I'm going DT number 1.
Of course.
And I'm going Biscuit too.
Yeah.
I'm going Biscuit too. And at 3.
Say it.
That was tough. Who the 3rd one?
I'm gonna have to go with one of the new boys. If I would have picked him, I would say Rolando. I was gonna say Rolando. Yeah. Rolando.
No, but the reason I say between Rome and Ruben.
Yeah, I like that Ruben now. I like Ruben now.
They had that presence on the field.
Absolutely.
And like I was telling him, CJ is the brains of the operation. CJ made sure everybody was lined up going on.
Oh no, we gonna get him. Even if he don't say it this week, we'll get him next week.
Only reason I'm
gonna put Rolando over Ruben. Number 1 in the draft. Ruben, you my dog, but you hung up on my Saints. I ain't forget. And number 2, you still got that tattoo, and you know what I'm talking about. So I have very petty reasons for choosing my guys. You ready? All right, Trent ready.
I'm going linebacker.
No, you get to do running backs, dude.
Hey, better hurry up.
Nick Saban era, yeah.
Nick Saban. Now I can't put me in them. All right.
Well, pick the feet up.
I would have to put at the top of the list. If I'm not in this conversation, right? I'm gonna put Josh Jacobs. I'm gonna go Mark. I'll put Mark over there, yeah. And then I would have to go Kenyon.
Look here,
there it is. I got what I wanted. Bo Scarborough.
Look here, I'm finna throw a monkey wrench in this thing. I'm finna throw a monkey wrench in it. If he never would have left the school, he might have been the baddest one there. Alvin Kamara.
For sure.
Shit. Bro, yes, but you got to realize he was with Lane Kiffin.
Listen, I won't put Alvin over.
I'm gonna tell you, Lane Kiffin was there. Lane Kiffin would have took him from a 2 to a 10, but as soon as Alvin came in, he was starting. If Alvin never would have got hurt, and him and Coach Saban never would have got in their situation, Alvin would still be there.
So you would put Alvin over Kenyon?
Over Kenyon?
Yeah.
They both did the same thing. That's hard to say.
That's what I'm saying. Like I couldn't put him.
But good thing I said might have been.
I couldn't put.
Good thing I said might have been.
I couldn't put Alvin over Josh Jacobs.
Jacob was cold, bro. He was solid. He was very much cold. Yeah.
And Kenyon did his thing.
We talking about college. We not talking about. We ain't talking about the pros. You just said now.
No, I'm talking about Josh Jacobs run like we ran when I was in college.
All right, but did he get the accolades like y'all did in college? I get what you said.
I'm talking about with him not being able to start at Bama, for him to do what he did, playing behind a Damian Harris. Shit, that's bro.
Look, as much as I love Damian,
I was in playing behind Mark.
I'm gonna tell y'all something crazy too.
Yep.
You know who never started at Bama and went number 3 overall?
Hold on, let me think. This is a good.
Marcel never started. Nope. And I bring Sal on to talk about this. We talk about this all the time. No, Sal said he never started. Marcel told me he never started.
This don't sound right, bro.
It don't, but like we're gonna bring the horse on here and talk about it. That was Washington.
That was Diderick, right? Yeah.
Burns Diderick.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. I gotta see this.
They got Brandon Dedrick, you had Terrence Cody, you had Josh Chapman.
My last year was the coldest D-line ever come through, as far as group.
Courtney Upshaw.
I'm finna tell you.
I'm gonna agree.
Stop before you say something to me. Let me tell you, I might have had the baddest defensive line to come through. Jonathan Allen, Jerron Payne, Jan Reed, Ashawn Robinson, Dalvin Thomason.
I already knew, and I was going to agree with you. Are you talking 2016, Bama? I don't argue that D-line.
And then the biggest sleeper of them all, if he wasn't the smallest, DJ Petway, probably the best pass rush out of everybody. And then you have the linebackers of me, Ruben, Ryan Anderson, Dylan Lee, Rashawn Evans.
With y'all, right?
Rashawn Evans. Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was there. Yeah.
Stacked.
But like, we all could get on here and talk about every phase of Bama, man. But like, I love having conversations like this with everybody, man. I like it makes it fun, you know.
Yeah. And then you realize like we've really been blessed, man, to have some excellent talent.
Yes, man, most definitely.
Not only anybody can get talent. We see teams now to recruit talent, but they never become a team. So we're talking about some teams right now.
Teams?
No.
The music playing.
Oh, okay. Listen, we got to take a break, man. We're going to take a little break real quick, man. We'll be right back with the second half of the Hometown Hero.
Downtown Birmingham, The Ropes with TR3.
Is you one of your co-hosts, Reggie Ragland? You dig? And we here at the Walk-Ons, man, off Highway 280, man. And we got FunnyMaine in here, man. We got Antonio Langham. We got the great Rickey Smiley.
Yeah,
and then we got big back Trent Richardson over here, man. And it's my brother, man. And I want to give Trent his flowers, man. I know we done had a great show, but I appreciate Trent, man, for bringing this together, man, bringing me on when I was going through my situation, and I was down and out. All right, for sure. Man, and I want to give Trent his flowers, man. I appreciate Trent so much, man, for getting everybody together and bringing us all on. And he saved my mental. I was going through a lot, you know, so I appreciate him just to get on here.
You giving a benediction?
Yeah, man, I am, man. So, like, I want to give my guys flowers because he deserved it, man. And like, me and him talked for almost 4 or 5 months before he even put the show together. And so, I'm excited about this, man. So. So, man, I'm appreciative. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Oh, no. Let's talk, though. Let's do that. So, FunnyMaine.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Who is your top 5 linebackers of all time? Let's do the Saban era. Let's do the Saban era.
Oh, man, I want to do all
We'll do all time then, because we know who number one. Facts.
At the top, for sure. I got to go row it to Rolando McClain. I got to go Keith McCants.
Ooh, I forgot about him.
Number 3. Got to put Reggie Ragland at 4. Not just because he's sitting next to me, but the boy was actually a dog, so I got to put 4 in there. And then 5, my guy Dante Hightower. If I could get them on any team, we not losing the game. You're not running. You're not doing that.
Where you go? All right, man. But the show's coming to a close.
Absolutely.
And man, and we want to thank Walk-Ons, man, for bringing us out here, giving us the opportunity to do the show, man. And very appreciative.
Yeah, we had Walk-Ons, but none of these brothers walked on. They were on scholarship.
Yeah, we walked on campus.
Yeah, I thought about walking on.
You should have came. But man, so had a great show and great conversations, man. And I'm thankful for everybody who came on. FunnyMaine, and the great Antonio Langham, the great world-renowned Rickey Smiley is like an uncle to me. I've been knowing Rickey ever since I came out of college, man, and he's always been like an uncle to me. So very appreciative. But be back tomorrow, same time from 5 to 7. So appreciate y'all listeners for listening.
Yes, sir.
And you're here with the Ropes with TR3.